everyone, and welcome to What the What with Sam. I am Sam, and welcome, welcome, welcome. I'm so glad that you are here. Today, I am going to ask you some really tough questions. So, have you guys ever had those weird dreams where you're falling, or someone has cheated on you? What is all that about? Well, today we're going to dive into a couple of the different kinds of dreams and what they mean and what you need to do to help get rid of those dreams, such as recurring dreams. What do you do with those things? They never go away. So stay tuned. Let's dive in.
Let's go! Let's go!
Thank you so much for joining me on our dream interpretation video number 1. We will have more because there are so many kinds of dreams out there. But I wanted to hit some that really come to me from friends, family, and strangers even. When they hear me talking about dream interpretation, they're like, oh, well, what does this mean? What does that mean? And there's some that are really, really common. And so I want to cover some of those today. And the first one is prophetic dreams. So these are the dreams that are done by people with usually higher vibrations. People like Edgar Cayce, the sleeping prophet, very well known to be very accurate in his predictions. And, you know, I do have to say something about Edgar Cayce. We're still waiting on some of his predictions, whether they come true or whether they don't. We're still looking forward to some of that, but he was so accurate and so crazy, and it all came from his dreams. So the thing that I concern myself with the prophetic dreams, because I have these myself, is that I can't just take everything at face value. Just because I dream that one of my friends is going to get in a car wreck, or their spouse is cheating on them, or something of that nature. I mean, it doesn't have to be a bad thing. It can just be the fact that somebody is going to get proposed to. A lot of those are pretty straightforward, right? But you do have to realize that these are dreams, and sometimes there are other interpretations of that dream. Not to say that it's not prophetic, and not to say that it's not coming true, but in order to understand the full spectrum, you really do need to analyze each and every part of that dream. So just be wary of that. And if you're interested more in Edgar Cayce, he has several books that are available. And of course, he's no longer with us, unfortunately, because I think at this point we could really use some good predictions about what's going on with everything right now. But very, very interesting. I love prophetic dreams most of the time, but when it has to do with somebody that is going through a struggle, I like to share these with my family and friends, because I feel like it's my responsibility as someone who has these dreams to pass on that information to the people that it involves. And that way, maybe they're not picking up what's being sent to them through the universe, and maybe I'm the person that needs to say, hey, listen, you're getting all these signals, but they're not coming through to you, and they're coming through to me. So I need to share this with you. But if it is something that is a touchy subject, a touchy matter, or something that could be devastating, you do want to handle that in a manner that is supportive and comforting as much as possible. So just keep that in mind. Now, I also want to talk about falling. And I'm not talking about just like falling down. I mean, that's a whole different thing. But when you are dreaming that you are falling and just, falling from a great height, that symbolizes that you are anxious about something, you're stressed about something, and you want to let go and you want to take flight, but something is in the way of that, and you can't move forward until you work through that stress and anxiety. So if you're having those dreams, my suggestion is to take a step back, kind of look at your situation, see what it is in your life. If you probably already know. I mean, let's face it. You probably already know what's the problem, but you need to figure out how to fix that problem if you want to stop having dreams like that. And I know this seems very rudimentary. It seems very, oh, well, duh, we already know that. But some people don't, so I'm going to put it out there. And if this is a recurring dream, if this is a dream that you have had from childhood, then you need to look further into your past. When did you start having this dream? And what were you going through at the time? And this just may be your brain's way of saying, you felt this, and we sent you this message years and years ago when you were going through something stressful or anxious, and this is now how we communicate that with you. So it may not necessarily have to do with something that's in your past. It's just that's what your brain can say, hey, remember this? This is what we're going through. So you need to pay attention. And I've personally never had dreams of falling, but I can get the sense from the people, and maybe this is an aura reading, I don't know, it's a subconscious thing, but I feel like they are stressed. It just, their vibrations that they're putting off sound stressful. So if you have more information on things of this nature having to do with falling and how that affects you and how you deal with it, please comment below. I'd love to hear your feedback on it. Now, we're going to move on to lucid dreaming. And like I said before, I've had lucid dreams. This is very similar to prophetic dreams, in the sense that they can and often do have a sense to do with the future. However, prophetic dreams are just that. They are prophecies. Lucid dreaming is different. And if you've ever had a lucid dream where you are able to control your movements, you are able to control your viewpoint, that is lucid dreaming. That is different. And I get a lot of information through lucid dreaming because I feel like I can control questions that are being asked to me so that I know the answers when I wake up. I can go where I want to go, see what I want to see, pick up what I need to pick up in this dream. And so if you have lucid dreams, your vibration is higher than your average Joe. And that's a good thing. But with that comes responsibility. Again, you need to pay attention to these because these are dreams that are going to show you what you need to be doing, who you need to be doing them with, and what advice you need to get. A lot of times in my lucid dreams, someone from my past who has passed away, an elder of sorts, will give me information that just blows my mind. I'm like, oh my gosh, I don't know why I didn't think of that sooner. That makes perfect sense. Of course, that's exactly what I need to do. So lucid dreams, I would love to hear what other people see because mine are mostly about what I need to get out to the public and, what I need to do concerning relationships of my own or day-to-day life. Sometimes they're much more than that. Like I said before, one of my lucid dreams led me to writing an entire book. I mean, the entire thing was mapped out in this lucid dream. All I needed to do was pick the names of the characters and assign them characteristics. I mean, that's how powerful a lucid dream can be. And again, this channel sprung from a lucid dream that I had with myself and my spirit guide being interviewed for a book that I had put out called Ants, and how the worker ants are struggling. And what I gained from this was that, you know, in today's day and age, with all the stuff that's going on with our governments and how humanity is dealing with that, us being ants we're the ones doing all the work. We're the ones doing all the planning. We're the ones making it happen, right? But the only beneficial people, the people that are gaining all those benefits, are the people in the hive. And I'm not just talking about the White House, I'm talking about the hive as a whole, globally. And it's not until we, the ants, realize that we have the power that change is really going to happen. And so lucid dreaming was a big part of that for me. It was a big part of why I talk about what I talk about. So pay attention to those dreams. And if you have questions, if you have a lucid dream and you're not understanding it for some reason, maybe you're not able to control it, let me know. I'll try to help you through it. Absolutely. Now, just a couple of simple ones. I've got several on these little cards down here. But some of the simple ones, if you are being chased in your dreams, that is a symbol of either you're running away from something very up in your face because it's right there in front of you, and you're choosing to run when you're unconscious. You know, that is very simple, straightforward. Flying is wonderful. I love flying in my dreams, guys. It's so great. There is such a sense of freedom, and I can go where I want to go, and I can see what I want to see, and I can be a part of whatever I want to be a part of. And that is exactly what it means. It means that you are at peace and that you are feeling freedom. And so that's a very, very straightforward one. Of course, a car crash of any kind, plane crash, anything like that, that is a lack of self-control. Not self-control, but just control. Whether you think that your life is out of control, whether you think somebody else is controlling you, it is all about control in that situation. Very, very straightforward. And then I do want to talk a little bit about this one. This one is visitation of loved ones. So if you've had a loved one that has passed away, what I want you to do is, or even somebody that is in your life now. I recently had a friend come by and he's like, I keep having this dream and you are in this dream. And I said, okay, so here's my question to you. In one word, what do you associate me with? And he told me. I said, well, there you go. And he's like, wait, what? I said, if that's what you associate me with, that's what you need to look at in your life when I show up in your dreams. He was, oh, that makes sense. Well, of course it does. Everything makes sense. You just have to figure out the sense behind it. So that's what I want you to do. When you have somebody that whether you hate them, whether you love them, whether you have had any type of relationship with them, put into one word what that represents to you, and you will be able to figure out what it means from the dream. For instance, if I see, let's say, my godmother, I use her a lot. She's passed now, but when she comes to me in a dream, I associate her with so many things: love, comfort, home, but more than that, wisdom. I associate her with wisdom that I am not seeing myself. she tells me things that, and always has, even when she was alive, she told me things that I already knew. Logically, I already knew, but I had to figure out why that wasn't clicking. You know, so if I see her in a dream, I'm like, okay, I got to pay attention to this because clearly I'm not picking it up somewhere else. She has been sent here to tell me that I'm not picking up what's being put down. So, very good example. So try that in your people that you have in your dreams, and you know, if it's somebody that unfortunately you dislike or brings out a lower set of vibrations to you, you know, that's maybe cautioning you. Hey, listen, this is why this is here, and you need to back away from it because this is what you're going to get if you keep moving forward into this area. And then the last one is probably the most common that I get, and it is about cheating. Now let me be clear here, guys. Just because someone has a dream that they are being cheated on does not mean that they are being cheated on. That has to do with the individual's insecurities in that relationship. They don't know whether they are secure in that relationship. And that's where that stems from. It's the lack of your own securities. So if you are dreaming that you are being cheated on, it has nothing to do with your partner. It has to do with you and what's going on in your brain that's making you feel like this is a relationship that you are not secure in. And if that needs to be addressed with your significant other, if you keep having these dreams, if you're waking up crying because you walked in on something in your dream that never happened, you need to figure out whether you will ever be secure in that relationship. And if not, why not? And if you're not feeling comforted and secure by the person that you're with, and you don't see a way out of that insecurity, it might be time for you to try a different relationship. Or even just step back. Sometimes that helps a lot with, you know, taking a break and simply placing yourself outside of the relationship to see that it's your insecurities that are promoting these dreams and not the other person. They have done nothing wrong in day-to-day life. It was a dream. But recurring dreams of cheating can be a big newsflash to you, right? And I hate to say it, but with the issues that you're facing, the reason why you're feeling that this person is going to cheat on you, whether they have or not, it's your insecurities, right? If they have, then maybe there's some reasons behind that insecurity. But if they haven't, and you're still having these recurring dreams, that is something you need to fix within yourself. And meditation on how to see yourself can help quite a bit. Over the years, I myself have done self-meditation to help me get better with some of the issues that I deal with. And I have to say, I'm a much happier person. I'm less angry than I used to be. I am less quick to judge than I used to be. Meditation is a very powerful tool. And when you use meditation during your sleep, and I've said this before, but I have an overnight meditation on my page if you'd like to check that out. That can really open up some doors into your thoughts and feelings that you're not quite grasping during your regular day-to-day stuff. Okay, So check it out, see if it helps. And like I said, I would love to hear back from you. Leave me a comment. Please like and subscribe, and check us out for Dream Interpretation Part 2.
Let's go.